Okay. There we go. But I think I might be upside down. So let's, whoops. Okay, hold on. Whatever. Okay, nobody's here yet, so I'm going to turn you around because it was backwards. There, now let's... Oh my goodness, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Oh, nope, there we go. That's good enough. This is the middle. Okay. All right, so I don't know whether anybody's here or not. I am working on it. I do see that someone is here, so hold on. Let's see if I can get this to go and I can see. All right. There we go. So this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping. Sorry about all of this. It was not going the right way today, and I always test it first. So I don't know why it didn't stay that way. So hit the like button if you are here seeing me so that I know, and comment so I also know that. Today we are going to be using the Tag Buffet, and this stamp set was not one that I like totally glommed onto right at first, but once I got it, I really love it. It is so cool, and you can make tags and everything with it, and cards. And today we're going to make a Christmas kind of ornament or standing card that people will want to display all day, all season long. So let's get started. We are going to be making this, and if you listen, isn't that cool? So it stands up on its own. And let me stand it up. I know it's going to be really close, but I wanted you to see how it looks. So this is how it looks when it's standing. And when you have it open, it has these cute little holes, windows that show what you're going to make. I really am so thrilled with this project. So we are going to start off with the DSP, and I thought I had everything memorized, and of course now that I'm on camera I don't. I think this is the tag, the ones that go with the tags, but I'm not sure. But it has two sides, and I'm going to show you how to do it on this one, but then I'm actually going to make it on a different one. But this is measured at 8.5 by 5 3/4. So, and then we're going to need a piece of red that, I didn't write anything down. All right, so the red, real red, is 3 3/4 by 8.5. We'll need a piece of white that is 8 by 3 1/4, and Mossy Meadow that is 3.5 by 8 1/4. So these are going to, these right here are going to go onto the back. I don't think I showed you the back, but this is so that you can write your sentiment and not have to mess up the front. And I don't know that you heard the little bells, but man, I love those. So we're going to put this aside for now. We're going to start on the DSP, and we are going to score it on both of the long sides at 1/2 inch. So make sure you're using your score and not your cutter. So I like to, when I have a piece of paper, is to put it to the right so that of the score or the cut line, because it just makes it easier to hold rather than trying to have it all this way. So we're going to cut it that, or score it that way down, and we're going to score the other side at 1/2 inch. Now this can be done with a card to go into a envelope, but this is not how I did it today. And you just want to have the back piece the size you want, and then this part that tents out, you are going to have it 2 inches smaller. So it will bow when you're going to do it. All right, so I went ahead and scored on those lines, and I'm just going to use my bone folder and make sure they're really crisp. All right, and then I'm going to come in with my tear and tape and put that on each side, on the inside. And that's just going to go all the way down. We want to make sure it holds in place. And then I'll bring it for the other side. Hopefully this is public. I didn't even think to see if it was public, but I'm assuming it is. When I practiced, it was not public. So that's why I want to make sure. But if I'm watching it on my computer, it should be public. All right, so that is ready for that. Then we're going to come in with the dies that are from the Tasteful Labels. And we're using 3 of those. Let's see. Oh, here they are. So I'm going to use this for the bottom window, this for the middle window, and then this for the top. So what you're going to do is lay it down, and you can kind of see where your score lines are, and you are going to just get them so that they're even. Get out my tape that I always use and tape them on, and then run them through the machine. So now I am bringing in one I've already done, and it also has the 2 sides, and that has this on the front, but I thought, or on the back, I thought this would be too busy for the front. So, and I really liked this with the red. It just looks so pretty. So let's go ahead. I've already put this on. I'm trying to save a little bit of time so it's not so long as I've been doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and take off this tear and tape. And I'm only going to do one side at a time just to be sure that I'm getting it right. So I'm going to lay this down, and I have it right up against the score line, because you definitely want to get it in the right spot. And then just fold it over. Then I'm going to come in with this one and take that off. And this one we have to play a little bit because it's not going to lay closed or near it. So I got to make sure that it lays properly. Otherwise, we have to get out our undo, which I have done already once with one of these, and just lay it like that. So just make sure you have it down really well. And then the front already has the bow in it that you need to have the peekaboo front. Isn't that pretty? I love how this comes. I saw this online. I don't remember the name, but when I post this to my blog tomorrow, I will give her credit. It was something I saw on Split Coast Stampers. So now that we have that, I'm going to put that aside. We're going to stamp our things for the inside. And this one is going to say "'Tis the Season." So let's get our 3 things that we need. And we are going to use the Mossy Meadow for "'Tis the Season." And I'm going to put this here just to kind of eyeball. That was dirty. Had a hair. Eyeball where I want "'Tis the Season" so that I can use the rest of the space for other things. So I'm just going to move that now and go ahead and stamp it. Okay, so then we know we had extra room on the edges. So I'm going to stamp the holly, not the berries yet, but I need 3 of these. So I'm going to do 1 there, 1 here, and we'll do 1 up here. And hopefully I did not leave room. So we're going to do it right here instead. Because we're going to fussy cut those out. So I did 4, but you only need to do 3. So make sure that you give me a, now let me know that you're here so that I can say hi. And if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, so I am going to bring in the berries, and I like to have the 2 towards the top because I think it looks nicer. And then we're just going to do that there. So I am not going to take the time to cut this out right this minute. And as you can tell, I got really close to that, but that's okay. I will color in the holly with my blend that is Granny Apple. And I have both light and dark, but just for this one, I'm going to use the light. So I'm just going to color that in. It's very simple. Okay, so then I would bring out my scissors and fussy cut those, but I already have those done and they're right here. And I even put dimensionals on the back to try to save time. And what we're going to do is come in with our red berries. And where did those go? I think I have them in my other bucket for the next one. And I do. These are so pretty. I mean, just look at how they shimmer. Say hi when you come in. All right, so I'm not going to put them on this one because we're going to cut this one out with this and then fussy cut these. But since I've already cut these out, I'm going to go ahead and put my berries, my red rhinestones on top to make them look like berries, but they're so pretty. Whoop. It's a little bit harder to mess with when they're all cut out. So you might want to do this before, well, you can't really put them on and then fussy cut it. So, all right. I love the stamp set. Look at how pretty that is. I do get excited about bling and sparkles and rhinestones. It makes me happy. All right, so I have these all on. I'm going to move them aside. I also have this ready to go that I cut out. Now I need to do my other insides, and I'm going to bring in another scratch sheet. And I'm going to use the rectangle stitched frames for this here, and the more of the same dies from the Tasteful Labels. I wanted to try to not use too much stuff so that you guys could kind of work with it. So hopefully that's okay. So I'm going to use the Real Red for the Merry Christmas. And I want to do it up enough to where I can center it with my die. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then we will, let's see, I need to do my ornament, and I stamped that in Real Red also, and I'm going to do that right here. Well, let's do it this way. So I'm cheating this time. It doesn't quite fit the punch, but it fits close enough to where it only messes up the very top. So I am good with that. Anything that makes it easier and faster, I am all good with. So I am going to go ahead and color the top part with the Smoky Slate Dark just to make it look like it is silver. And then I am going to color in, where is my, here we go, the dark Granny apple. Sorry, my brain went a little dead down here at the bottom because I want it to really pop. And with the red already there, it really makes it look good. So, and then the top with that. Okay, and then I'm just going to, just to make it a little different, put the light granny apple on this part. So I don't think you're really even going to notice it. But I wanted it to be a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to come in with my real red, and I'm going to use the real red dark towards the top and the sides to kind of give it that like it's faded, well, dimensional, I guess, but I'm only going to do it on the 3 sides, not the 3rd. All right, and then I'm going to come in with the light and fill it in the rest of the way. So I wasn't sure I was going to make it here today because we had the remnants of Zeta or however you say that, the hurricane come through, and we lost power for a good 2 hours. And when I finally posted that we might not be coming back, and that you might have to catch me another time, I went to take a little nap and it came back on. So it's really nice to be able to take a nap, but it was good to have it come back. All right, so I'm going to share a tip with you. On this stamp here, it says, "May the good times of today become the cherished memories of tomorrow. Wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness." Now, this is going to be on the back, and it is clean. I only want to put joy on here, so I am making sure that I do this first before I do the other part, and then I'm going to clean it really well. But I'm going to use my black marker to just highlight the joy, and then it's always good to huff on it. Now, my sample has love on it, but I thought since this is Christmas, this would be a better choice. So let me show you how close this punch works with this. It fits it almost to a T, except for right at the top. So I am not worried because this is going to be on the inside and you won't even notice that the top was cut off. And if you want, you can even trim off that white if you want, but I didn't really care because you really can't see it. So now we're going to go ahead and put, I already have one with dimensionals on the back. I already cut out the Merry Christmas. I just want to sponge it because I just think it needs sponging, and I like sponging. So I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green for the sponging and just go around the edges of this just because I want it to kind of stand out more against the red. And this is such a pretty color. Oh, look at how striking that is with the red. It's so pretty. I think I used Mossy Meadow on my last one, but this almost looks iridescent. It's so pretty. All right, so now we just get to do the hard part and put them inside without messing it up and getting them lined up. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my dimensionals. I was doing a project today where I forgot to take all the backs off, and now I see why people put the lines on it, so you don't forget. I haven't done that yet, but I think I will from here on out because it made it a little bit harder. All right, so I'm going to try, I know this seems so weird, to get this in, and it would be much easier if I could see it from the top. Okay, so I think that's about even. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. that looks pretty good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these on because these are so pretty with these red rhinestones on them. So what I'm going to do is put it like this, so then I'll have a little bit more room, and let's see, come in this way. I like that. All right, and then I'm going to use this one, which does not have a dimensional right here because I want it to kind of hang over there. And I'm going to bring in my wet glue for that. But let me take off the dimensionals first, because otherwise it'll be harder to hold on to once I have the glue. And then I can hold this again with my little pick a tool and put it in so it hangs over just a little and gives that nice, and then this gives that nice effect. So do you see how pretty that is? Love it. All right, then we have 'Tis the Season, and I am going to make a bow with the ribbon, and that is right here. Now this is all the trimmings ribbon combo pack. I hadn't opened it until this project, and now I'm just wishing I had opened it up sooner. And my next project will use this. It uses the, let me move that so I don't accidentally get anything dirty. This is Poppy Parade instead of Real Red, but you can barely tell the difference. But I'm not going to use it on this one because I did think that we should use green because that is going to make it pop better because of the red already. So how I do ribbons is I do 2 bunny ears, super simple, and cross them over. The only thing that I do different is when I go to put this through, I let go here with my left hand after I grab the middle here, if I can grab it. It's small ribbon. All right, I let go, and then this part just flips around and it just lets it lay much nicer than other ways that I've found to do a ribbon. So, and I don't want it too big because then it will be, oops, almost spilled my water. It won't stick right on here. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this, make it look pretty. Isn't that nice? I love it. This is such, oops, that doesn't look even at all. So you know what we're going to do. There. Always a fix. All right, so then I'm going to come in with my glue dots. And I always tie it here so that if I throw it in somewhere, it's not going to all come undone and then have everything stick. Like if the glue dots were here and then I threw it in a bag, all this would stick and I'd lose all my glue dots. So this is the way I do it. And I roll it up and I just stick it on there. And then that way I can put it on here. And you can still read it. Now I did not sponge this one, so I hope it still looks good. If you're visiting me, give me a shout out so I know who you are. And we can chat a little bit while I'm working. All right, so I'm going to bring it in from the top and make sure that I have it in the middle. I think that looks about right. I'm looking what you're looking at. That looks about right to me. I'm hoping it's right because it's on dimensionals. All right, so we have that one. Now we just have the top one, and that one is the ornament. And I am also, whoops, I forgot, we're going to put the last of my hollies on the bottom here. So let me take these off. Ah, it's stuck to my nail. All right. Hey, Crystal and Borat. Okay, so that's somebody that shouldn't be on here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right here. And that looks really pretty, doesn't it? All right, so then I'm going to do, hold on one second. All right, I'm getting all those off. Okay, we don't want that. I don't know why somebody came in to hack me. Okay, so Crystal, I used, hold on one second. Let me put this in and I'll tell you what I used. That's my first hacker. I don't like that. Oh, that makes me feel bad. I don't know. This shouldn't even be allowed. So I reported him and I banned him. So hopefully that'll be good. All right. So what I used in this is the Tasteful Labels dies for all but this one right here, which is the rectangle dies. So I wanted to try to use all of one type of die so that I wouldn't, like if you guys had to, it is creepy. If you wanted to be able to redo this, you could. All right, so now the fun part. Oh, that just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, so now I'm going to make a double bow to put at the top here. And I don't know how much. I usually just do about this much. I'll measure it as soon as I'm done cutting it so we can know, because I just kind of eyeball it and I don't know that that would help you. All right, so it's 13.5 inches. So I fold it in half. Oh, okay. Well, that was kind of a downer. All right, so then I make my 2 bunny ears like I do normally. I'm going to forget all about it now. And then I cross it over and stick it through that hole and let go of the other side so it can flip. And look at how pretty that is. Oh, I love this ribbon. I am kind of sad that I've already done most of my Christmas cards, so I'm gonna have to do some scrapbooking or something to use this again. See, I'm making the ends look pretty. All right. All right. Now I'm not gonna put it on yet because I need to do my balls, my ornaments, my jingle bells. So I am going to pull out a green one and a gold one because I don't think the red goes as well. And I think the green looks really pretty. And I'm going to get the linen thread, which won't show because we're going to tie it and then we're going to make it to where we can't see it. So I'm just going to cut off enough to tie a knot and to put these two together. Hopefully I gave myself enough room. I have never seen it on anybody else's live. That's why I'm kind of like in shock. But, you know, I've heard about it. Glad I never had to deal with it another time. But now I'll know. But since I have my computer up, I could ban him, report him all in one, and remove him. All right, so now they are all put together. I'm going to make sure it's really tight. And then I'm going to trim the edge really close, but not too close. I think all my drop-ins are going in there. And then I'm going to bring in a glue dot and put that on here. And I'm going to hang it right in the middle here. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to, well, it got on my nail. Okay. Put it on my bow, and I want my pretty side of the bow out. Thank you for coming, Crystal. I was hoping I wouldn't have to be here all by myself the whole time. All right. So, listen. Isn't that the coolest? So it stands up, and of course, you can't mail this to somebody unless you have it all like done, and then just mail it in an envelope, put the tape on the back here, and just tell them to put it onto the back, and then it'll be ready to go. But yeah, It's just a hand-delivered one, but I am so tickled by this. All right, so now to do the back. I'm going to bring in my white, and I did list all of the dimensions earlier, so if you missed it, you can go back, and it'll also be on my blog tomorrow, which is Teddy Bear Stamping. And I need to clean my stamp. Oh, it's right here, because I don't want the black from the Joy to get on there. All right, so now I'm going to bring in 2 markers, the red and the Granny Apple. And I am going to do Cherished Memories in red. That's why I love my markers. And the Lots of Love, because I want those 2 to like really stand out. And then the rest I'm going to do in Granny Apple, and just try not to get it into the red that I've already done. So I have to kind of turn it so I'm able to do that. Now you could like ink it all up in red and then take off the rest, or ink it all up in green, because that'd probably be better, and then take it off of those 2 areas, but this is just easier for me. And that Cherished Memories doesn't look that good. I don't think I rubbed this well enough. Okay, so now I'm going to huff on it and then do it here at the top. It's not as clear as I want it to be, but it's still readable, so we're good. And then I'm going to come in with the stamp of the leaves, which I'm pretty sure I have out. And now watch me have it in my other basket. I do. All right, and then I'm going to stamp these in the Mossy Meadow, just because I've already used the Granny Apple. Such a pretty stamp set. All right, I'm going to have that go off the period there. All right. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. All right, so now I'm going to put this on, and I've got to find my tape, which I had right next to me. Oh, I hate when that happens. Hold on. Go back. All right, come on. There we go. All right, and that's going to go on my green, my Mossy Meadow. Let's see, get it straight. And then this is going to go on the back. So we can still write our sentiment and have it be just as pretty on the back as it is on the front. And you just have to be careful not to squish it down. Probably be wise to do this before you put on, well, you can't do that. You have to do it after, otherwise you can't put on the back. All right, so that idea is out. All right, so there we go. So that is the first one. Isn't that beautiful? I love how that came out. All right, so now the second one, I know I'm a little nuts, is just as difficult or fun, if you ask me. It's a double Dutch door easel card that has it like this, and when you open it, these stay open. This also can stand, so that is nice. Let me get out my packet. All right, now these I do know I wrote down the dimensions. I don't know why I didn't on the other ones. All right, so you need, except for I didn't on this because it will show. This one is, some people do their lives and stay really nice and organized. Not me. All right, so 9 by 4 1/4. And then it is scored at 5 1/2. So then you're going to also do a separate piece, which is 8 1/2 by 2. and then you score it at 2 1/8 on both ends so that it's the same. And you go ahead and burnish these. And I gotta find my bone folder. This is why you should keep it very neat here. It makes it much easier to find things. Okay, so now I saw this by Lisa Curcio. Of course, I changed it all up, but that's where I saw the idea. So you're going to go ahead and tape this to the back, to the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I never copy anybody. Well, I can't say never. I never copy anybody. I just said never. Mostly, I don't copy anybody. And I try to do my own using their technique, yes, but not their stamping, usually. Can't say never, because that would be lying. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead and stamp on the inside, and this is 3 3/4 by 5, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And we are going to do Merry Christmas again, which I need to clean before we move on. Here it is, because I'm going to use green this time and not red. So, and I'm going to go ahead and clean all my stamps real quick. I love my chamois. Whoops. Just to be on the safe side. Last time as I was doing my cards, I laid one of my cards on top of a wet stamp. Not good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the same colors as we did before. Yes, dimensionals are a must for everyone. Dimensionals and bling and, oh gosh, there's so many things that I'd say you cannot do without. All right, so I'm going to do Merry Christmas. That's pretty. All right, and then at the bottom, I'm just going to do the leaf again. And it is here. I don't think, yes, it's right here. Because I wanted something to show when the doors are open. So let me go ahead and clean those real quick. And this. Close this so we don't put anything on top. All right, this is going to go on to my red. Make sure there's none hanging over, and then put that on. And that's going to go in the center of the card. Wait till you see my pillow gift. It is so pretty. Well, it's okay. So there, that's it for the inside. The front, we are going to stamp, and I'm going to get another scratch piece of paper. We're going to stamp out of the same stamp set, which is the Tag Buffet, we're going to stamp the stocking. And that is going to be in Memento. No, I think I did it in Mossy Meadow. Okay. And once again, we are going to color the sentiment like I did before with the joy. And that is right here. And hopefully this is clean. I did clean it and put it right in here. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so then that way it doesn't, and then Joy can be a girl's name if you want it to be. All right, then I'm going to come in with my Real Red blends. And where's the other one? I have two. Oh, they're right here. And the Granny Apple Green. which this one I'm just using the dark because I want it to be easy. And I'm going to make the toe and the heel a little bit darker on the outline here. And that tip wasn't very good. I have not reached for, let me use the other tip, I like it better. I have not reached for my pencils very often, and I need to do that because I was so excited to get them, and then I just reach for blends because I'm not, well, this is like talking bad about myself, but I don't think I'm a very good colorer. So I kind of rely on the blends to hide any mistakes, but I think that if you use watercolor, it'll be pretty much the same, where it would hide any mistakes. All right, this is a very simple card. And then I'm just going to use the dark for the inside of the stocking. And then you will fussy cut this out. It's another thing most people don't like, and I'm one of them, but you just got to do what you got to do to make something look pretty. I'm just going to zap this with the other side here in a minute. I know that looks like crap. All right, just wanted to get most of it in there. All right. Love my blends. Okay. So now you would fussy cut that out. I've already done that. They're right here. And the red piece that I have on the front comes from the, I guess I did lie a little bit, the stitch nested labels. I am using this one here, which is the second one from, well, I don't know how to say that. I think it's the 5th one up from the bottom to be on the safe side, but I've already cut that because I didn't want to take too much time today. And I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the back, but first I want to cut some ribbon. And I'm using the sheer ribbon because it's just so pretty. And I want to put that onto the back before I put my dimensionals on so that I have time, or can put that on and then not worry. Okay, let's see if this will stick. Well, got to get it to run first. Okay. Usually I would use a glue dot, but I'm being lazy. All right, then I'm going to come in with my dimensionals, which I've already told you that I absolutely love, and put those on and go over your ribbon to help hold it. I don't like to take chances that my ribbon will come undone. I think I might have to challenge myself to start using my pencils more, just so that I can say that I'm working on it. I have used them in one technique that I really love, that is labels, and then you go back over it. And this is really long, so I think I'm going to have to cut that down just a tad. Okay. And this is going to go right in the middle. And then we're going to decorate the front of our thing here. So this is 4 by 3 3/8, and that's just going to go onto here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that red with the granny apple looks so pretty. Whoop. Okay. And then for the little doors here. You're going to need 4 of the same pattern, but we're going to flip them. And they are 1 7/8 by 2. So when I cut them, I want to make sure that they line up so that if I go, whoops, they might be better if it was going the right way. Which way does it go? This way, long ways. Yes. All right, so you just want to make sure, now of course this is going to be for the front, that when the doors are closed that they will line up. And I don't think I did it this time. Oh, nope, I did. Okay, so we're going to make sure that they line up because when the doors are closed, you still want it to look pretty. So this is going to go here. And of course I need to do better on my creasing here. Hold on. And then you want it to go right to the edge so that when they're closed, they meet up. And I need to make, since I did this after the fact, sorry, is re-burnish with my bone folder. I love shimmer white. That's my favorite. Okay. Make sure that I have it going the right way since I moved it. Like that. Okay. I thought it got discontinued and I was so upset, and then somebody like texted me and said, Lisa, it's still there. Oh, good. I was complaining, saying, what are we going to use? And they said, it's still there. All right. This one doesn't matter as much because it's very, it's not cut to where you really can tell. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the inside. And this one doesn't matter because they really don't meet. So I'm going to just center it. Okay. There we go. So now we're just going to have to do this. So I want it to come, and that is not, I didn't get that on very well. Hold on. Let me. All right. It doesn't really matter because the doors don't really stay closed, and when you stand it up, it just is like that anyway, but I want it to look pretty when it's sitting. All right, so you want it to hang down so that it can kind of hang on to these if you want. So what I always do is I turn it over to eyeball where I want it, and then I put the dimensionals on the back so I don't accidentally go where I don't want to go. All right. So I was telling you, the labels are the sticky labels, and then you make it look like it's a window that you're looking through because it's a whole bunch of the small, really small labels, and then you go over it and then you use the crystal clear on top. Oh, so beautiful. I haven't done that technique in a long time. All right, so, but I do love techniques. I used to do Tuesday's techniques for years and then stopped because it was getting too much. All right. All right, so now the front is done, except for we are going to add the rhinestones again because I love them. You can't have a card without bling. If I can find them. They were right here. Oh, here they are. And I'm going to add them to the joy at the top. Oh. Just add 6. So now if you place an order at all, you of 35 or more, you get to get all the fixins for this card. Well, 3, well, 2, you get the fixins, and the third one you get. So it's kind of cool. And you don't have to use my stamp sets for it. Now, isn't that pretty? I love how that came out. Oh, and then I did one more because can't have too much. Right down here. There. Get everything out of the way so you can see. All right. I love it. So pretty. All right. So now for my pillow gift. Hopefully it's close because I had everything in their own. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's a card that holds credit cards for a gift card. And I use this first time I've used them is the alphabet. And I cut it out with the DSP on top and then put Wink of Stella. And then this is also from the stamp set. So, and this is these really pretty, elegant faceted gems because I used the gold, burnished gold here. And I didn't use the real red. I used the Poppy Parade so I can use this other ribbon that I love so much. And we also had the blends in the Poppy Parade. So I was very excited about being able to use those two. And thank you so much for coming. I'm going to go ahead and move it up so I can say hi, even though hopefully my hair's okay. And say hello. And then you can see my stamps. Oh, it's not going to hold, is it? See my stamp room just a tad. So, yeah. Hopefully I come back down. I don't know. Am I still going backwards? What am I doing? Oh, you're looking the wrong way. Hold on one second. It moved when I did it. There. I'm making sure that it is get right. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's just trial after trial. So thank you so much for coming. And if you're watching this on replay, please let me know and leave a comment and press the like or share or whatever. I really appreciate it. And just check out my blog tomorrow at teddybearstamping.com to see anything you might have missed in these cards. But I really love this one because it uses the alphabet, and it's a gift card holder, which my kids always need. So thanks again for coming, and I'm going to flip you right back down so I can turn it off because I don't know how to do it any other way. All right, thank you. Seeing things in the way. Hold on.